Good evening, everyone. My name is Harsh Ramnani, and I would like to inform you all that one of our group members, Payal Ahuja, won't be able to join us in the presentation. Hence, I and Apeksha Bhoj would be carrying on with our group's presentation. So, moving on to the presentation, the topic for presentation is tourism and transport in India. So, tourism in India is of great importance, especially in a country like ours, which has such diverse culture and heritage. And transport, with the perspective of tourism, plays an important role because good transport means good support of tourism. And good transport supports tourism in a country. Next slide, please. Now, tourism is travel for recreational, leisure, or business purposes. The World Tourism Organization defines tourists as people who um, people traveling to and staying in places outside the usual environment for not more than one consecutive year for leisure, business, and other purposes. Next slide, please. Yeah. So, according to a 2014 study, India was one of the fastest growing tourism destinations in the world. And tourism in India provides more than 40 million jobs. And India will become the third fastest growing tourism destinations over the next decade. Now, I request Apeksha to share more about tourism in India.
Yes, I would like to further continue. So, as you can see, as everyone can see in a pie chart, it is the pie chart which has shown the top 10 states or the union territories of India in terms of foreign tourism. It includes the percentage of it. So first we can see that is Tamil Nadu, and Tamil Nadu is one which contributes 21.0% percentage of tourist attraction or tourists in India. As we all know, it is in South Indian state, and here the tourist attractions are Nilgiri Mountain Range or Nilgiri Mountain Range, then Meenakshi Temple, and Marina Beach. Now we are next we'll move on to the Maharashtra state, which contributes 17.4% of. So moving on to the Maharashtra state, it contributes 17.4% of tourist attractions, and as we always say that proud to be a Maharashtrian. So yeah, it seems it is a third largest state in India. Third largest state in India, and the second most populated state. And here the tourist attractions are Gateway of India, then Ajanta Ellora Caves, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminals, and many more scenic or natural beauties like forts and hill stations. And next, moving on to the other state, that is Uttar Pradesh, which contributes 13.1% of tourists, and it is a home of one of the seven wonders, that is Taj Mahal, and hence the tourist attraction here is Taj Mahal, Red Fort, and Kashi Vishweshwar Temple. So moving on to the fourth state, that is Rajasthan, the place of Maharajas and Mahals, and also various adventures and tourist destinations. And here the destinations like are Hawa Mahal, then the city palace, that is Jaipur, and Jantar Mantar. So moving on to the last state, that is the capital of India, that is Delhi, which contributes uh, 9.5% of tourists. And from like there are many things to visit in Delhi, like from historical monuments to the shopping malls. And here the tourist destinations are Lotus Temple, Red Fort. So as it says about the contribution of tourism sector in country, as we can see that 15.24 lakh crores of GDP has been grown in 2017, and is it is growing is grown up to 32.5 lakh crores in 2000. It's been growing, or it will grow to 2028. So yeah, it is growing at increasing rate, and hope so it will grow more rapid and further in future. So Taj Mahal, as we all know, that it is one of the seven wonders, and it has been built by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in the memory of his wife. And the unique feature of it is it is a monument which is man-made. Labors were used to build it. No cranes, no machineries were used to build it. So it is one of the unique features of it, and therefore it is. I think it is one of the seven wonders. and also the labors which were used to build build the Taj Mahal. The hands were being cut down by the Mughal emperor after being building. I like Harsh to continue further.
Thank you so much, Apeksha. Now, we all would agree that India is filled with tourist attractions. Now, coming to the part that supports tourism in our country, which is the transport facilities. So, when it comes to tourism in our country, with the perspective of tourism, the three most important modes of transport are first airways, second railways, and third roadways. Starting with the airways, air transport is the best means of transport in terms of its speed and comfort it offers to its passengers. Also, more than 95% of foreign tourists use air transport as a means of transport for entering into a nation. Next slide, please. Thank you. So these are the following are three of the most important commercial aviation companies currently. Indigo being the largest low-cost airline in Asia in terms of its passengers. Indigo connects over 1,000 flights to 66 locations each day. Next on our list is SpiceJet, which is the second largest airline in India, which currently operates 630 daily flights to over 64 destinations. And last on our list is Vistara, which is an Indian full-service airline based in Gurgaon. Vistara now serves 36 destinations with over 200 flights daily. The next slide, please. The next important means of transport from the perspective of tourism is railways. Railways is one of the most used means of transport in our country. Railways are not just suitable for short journeys but also long journeys as they provide all the necessary amenities and facilities required for long journeys. Railway is very suitable option for tourists as it is continuously improving for providing tourists a better experience. So now here's something different about the railways. As we know that railways provide the as we know that railways provide the most a wide variety to its passengers regarding how they want to travel. The biggest examples of which are the luxury trains available in India. So the luxury trains are designed to offer a very comfortable ride and evoke an association of history and heritage. So the luxury trains operate as a premium travel option. Some of the luxury trains operating in India are Ferry Queen, Palace on Wheels, and Royal Orient. So the first on our list is Ferry Queen, which was built in 1855 and is the oldest operating locomotive in the world. Second on the list is Palace on Wheels, which started its operations in 1882 and is operated by State of Rajasthan along with the Indian Railways. The last on our list is the Royal Orient, which offers facilities like restaurants, library, and much more. The Royal Orient operates in Gujarat for the purpose of tourism. Now I request Apeksha to tell you more about the transport facilities.
Road transport, right? So, as a most widely used transport is road transport, many tourists do prefer via road transport because, in case of comfort and privacy, many people or tourists do prefer road transport. And also, road transport is developed in India nowadays, and it's been growing more. It's developing more, and as also there are also some cars or buses which are or some luxurious cars which are provided on rental basis, um, which are provided on rental basis through many of online websites, and also they are provided offline and also online. So it's developing, and therefore they provide or they select road transport. Mm, so at the last, or to conclude or to sum up, I would like to say that India is a country which has an amazing historical background and historical destinations. And though government of India have not invested more in tourism sector, then also India, with due to the availability of its natural beauty and historical background, India is one of the leading country in tourism sector. So do visit India and take a sweet memories with you. Thank you.